So we're headed to North Georgia, Cloudland Canyon State Park. It's in the northwestern corner of Georgia, near the Alabama and the Tennessee line, just south of Chattanooga.
The only thing I'm worried about is how steep it is. Is it super steep up there?
Well, it's pretty high elevation, but it shouldn't be any trouble getting up there. Should be just fine.
Hopefully we have internet.
Well, they say in the reviews that if you have AT&T, that you get pretty good signal. So with our antenna, we should be okay.
Bring me something new. The past most of the time brings me down, and my future won't exist without living now. So I spread all my footprints around, yeah. I know that every day will always bring me something new.
So we are here at Cloudland Canyon State Park in Georgia, up in the northwest corner. And look at this, isn't this beautiful? Just incredible. Beautiful, beautiful place here. The campground is just amazing. Cloudland Canyon State Park sits just about 2 hours north of Atlanta. It's located along the western edge of Lookout Mountain, and Cloudland Canyon has about 3,500 acres of trees, trails, and wildlife. They say that where the park is now was once a shallow sea, and as the climates became more dry, that the shallow sea began to recede, and the water carved out this lush and green landscape. It's quite similar to the way that the natural process also formed the Grand Canyon. The park is home to two main waterfalls, and visitors that come to the park often hike down the trail, which has about 600 stairs and goes about 1,000 feet down in elevation. Cloudland Canyon has actually two campgrounds. There's the West Rim Campground and the East Rim Campground, and we actually stayed on the East Rim Campground. This side is a little smaller than the west side, but the East Rim Campground is actually pretty much located right on the edge of the canyon. So it's real quick and easy to just take a little walk from your campsite right over to the edge of the canyon to these lookout spots, and walk along the edge and take in the pretty scenery. There's multiple overlooks here that allow you to see different angles and different sides of the canyon. There are a lot of hiking trails available here. You can hike down, like we mentioned before, to the bottom of the canyon to see the waterfalls, and then the trail will follow along the bottom of the canyon, or you can hike the trails that go around the canyon along the rim. Now, if you're not into camping, they do also have some cabins here that you can rent. And on the west rim campground, they actually have a section over there where they rent out yurts as well. So I did decide to do a little walkthrough of the East Rim Campground here, just to give you an idea of how it's laid out and take a look at some of the sites. We really did enjoy it here. It's a little more open than the west side. The West Rim Campground is much more wooded, and it's also very nice over there. I will say that this side is a little spotty for cell service. It seems like some of the sites had really good service and others didn't. And we have AT&T service on our cell phones, plus a separate AT&T data plan that we use for our Wi-Fi in our camper. And if we would not have had our external Yagi style antennas along, we probably would not have been able to stream at all. But using our external antenna, we were able to do pretty well. And I'm not exactly sure how the cell service is on the west side. And the other thing I should mention here is that these sites are electric and water only. They do not have sewer, but there is a dump station just right outside the entrance to this side of the park. So while here at Cloudland Canyon, we had the privilege of meeting Mark and Patricia Guido from the YouTube channel Grand Adventure, who we have been actually a fan of for quite a while. Mark and his wife Patricia and their dog Zoe were our campsite neighbors, and we enjoyed getting to know them. If you've not seen their channel, I would encourage you to go check it out and subscribe to it for some great content, and also to follow their adventures. I will actually put a link to their channel in the description area below. This morning we're going to be heading down the trail to the I think it's Cherokee Falls and Hemlock Falls. So we're up here at the top of the rim canyon, and we get to hike all the way down.
Super excited.
Should be good. It's I think it's about a mile one way, so it's not a huge hike. So come go with us. So it's kind of like a huge rock bowl, rock cliffs all the way around. this is just incredible. Just beautiful. Very well worth the short hike. Okay, so we were just at Cherokee Falls. Now we're headed down to Hemlock Falls, further on down in the canyon here. It's more amazing beauty here with these rocks. That's the great thing about Cloudland Canyon, is all the rocks. Just something you don't see a whole lot here on the East Coast. Just beautiful. What do you think of all this?
I feel so small compared to all this natural beauty.
It's amazing, huh?
Yeah, it makes you feel tiny. It's so great.
I mean, it's just, when you look up all around, it's just rocks.
Yeah, so grand.
Rock walls, cliffs. Just beautiful. So now we're going to head down the Sitton Gulch Trail, see where that goes. Beautiful, beautiful rocks. Just amazing. Something about these big old rocks that I love.
So today we are headed down the mountain to Chattanooga, which is about 30 miles, and we are going to go to Rock City. What will we see there? How many states?
Well, I guess you should be able to see 7 states. Now today it seems to be a little bit overcast, so hopefully the clouds will burn off here soon. But it's supposed to be a pretty cool place to go, so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and they also have Ruby Falls there. We did not buy tickets for that, but we will see if we can get in and see that. Although I would rather see waterfalls outside than inside, so we will see when we get there.
So if you've never been to Rock City, you really need to put it on your list and try to go. It's really a neat experience. It's only about 30 minutes away from Cloudland Canyon. It would be back up towards Chattanooga. So here's Cloudland Canyon right here, and Rock City would be right up here, right on the edge here of the mountain, and you can actually see Chattanooga from the lookout point here. Rock City, like I said, it's right here on the edge, right on the edge of the mountain here, and there's huge rocks up in here with crevices, even underground tunnels, and probably take you an hour and a half or so to really go through the whole thing. And you can actually hang out here. They have a spot here where you can actually eat if you're there over lunch or dinner. And just a neat place to go. Well worth the trip. This is incredible.
This is so cool. Can you fit?
I think so. So this is what's so crazy is these huge crevices go way down in there.
That's insane.
Just amazing. Well, you can definitely see why they call it Rock City. Pretty much just rocks everywhere. Big, big boulders. So this is Lookout Mountain, and this is the place where you can see 7 states, at least on a clear day. Today it's a little foggy and hazy out there. So these are the 7 states. Got Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Alabama. Gonna be a tight squeeze.
glad we don't have to crawl.
Fat man squeeze, you see that?
That's cute. Oh, my Lampa. Oh, Brady. You know that I'm...
Oh, man.
Oh, my word.
Glad I don't have a white hat on.
So we are finally headed into Chattanooga. It's kind of rainy, so I'm hoping the rain holds off, but we got some really good recommendations for food. I guess Chattanooga is known for their food. So we are headed for breakfast now, which we normally don't do when we're camping, so that's kind of exciting. What is the place called that we're going?
Maple Street Biscuit Company, I believe. Sounds pretty good.
So we'll start there, and then I got recommendations for things to see, like the pedestrian bridge. I know the aquarium is open again, and that's supposed to be really neat. And then there's some hiking trails where you can see some wartime history. So depending on the weather, we'll have to see what we want to do, but we're excited for a yummy breakfast. How far in do we have to go? 30 minutes?
About 35 minutes from the campground to where we're going for breakfast. They have what they call the Walnut Street Bridge there. That's actually a pedestrian bridge that you can walk across the river, and it's located right near the downtown area. And they've got a lot of walking paths here. Of course, food, places to eat. And across the other side of the river here, there's a big, huge park with walking paths along the riverfront, and a bunch of shops and restaurants over there as well.
Time won't stop, so gonna get on the ride, twisting and turning through life. No matter how rough it gets, I'll get by. Home moves with me where I roam. It's in every dream I make my own. I'm never alone. I know that every day will always bring me something new. Every day will bring me something new. Every day will bring me something will always bring me something new.